Hello everyone, welcome back. So today we're going to be playing Swain, and I'll be facing off against the weekly nightmares, specifically the 6.51. I've read online that this one specifically has been extremely hard. The duplicate and the scout scheme do seem like they're quite daunting powers, but honestly, I feel like Swain, being as broken as he is, can make quick work of this adventure like he usually does. But we'll see. In theory, we'll face no such troubles from the opponent's powers because we won't be around long enough for the buff caps to be a threat. The relic setup is just the basic Swain one. Swain's power deals 5 damage to the opponent's nexus, which synergizes with his power to deal 1 extra damage based on the opponent's missing for every 5 of the opponent's missing health. And then Pact Powder makes us so we can play Swain on the first turn. The Grand General's counter plan is just in case they remove Swain, but you could take anything you want for the last one, I think, and it would be fine. Other than that, let's get to it. Righteous Indignation, Noxian Might, Prophet of an Elder God. Nah, all of these are terrible. I need better stuff. Collect your bounty, that's what we need. Or Raiding Party, Boarding Party. Combined with Swain's power, that's very tempting. Collect your bounty lets us play more cards. Boarding party can be more damage. We'll go for the cards played. Traverse Snooze Bottom. This fight is kind of aggressive, so it's good that we'll be trying to rush him down. Swain, Pirouette, House Spider. I'll keep the Swain and the Pirouette. By the time the video goes up, the weekly nightmares have probably already changed, but I still wanted to do it live. Alright. The first card we play, it's round, is free, so technically the Swain is free. That's great actually, because it means we can go for multiple plays this turn. Other than
no one's the wiser.
The one we would normally do, that's Swain and a spell. I'll just do this, try to level up Swain. We'll pick up the decisive maneuver, I guess. Do I feel like spending Swain to level up this Swain? I suppose. Deals with the opponent's board. We'll get a Swain at the round start anyway, so it's not like we need to safekeep the Swain for anything. And doing this just maximizes the amount of damage I deal. Whatever's on top of my deck has been extremely buffed up. And we immediately hit the buff caps. A bit annoying, but it's fine. Can we kill the opponent this turn? We can do 6 with the Pirouette. Oh, I figured we would have been able to target my own ally in order to deal 1 extra damage to the opponent's nexus and secure the kill here. But I suppose it didn't work out that way. Well, that's lethal. We found a wildfire. Lucky me. I was just trying to maximize the health I get to keep at the end of the encounter. because I knew for sure that I was going to hit more buff caps next turn. Tidal Wave, Troll Gifts, definitely the Tidal Wave because it draws one. And for our support champion, Karma, Jana, Shivana, maybe Jana, because the Howling Gale has a bunch of good upgrades. And Crystal Carrier drawing 2 is very good. Yeah, let's pick up the Jana. Chamber of Renewal or Item Chest. Let's go for the Item Chest. So far so good. I suppose the people that were calling this adventure hard just weren't playing Swain. But to be fair, Swain is miles above the other champions in the Path of Champions. Do I go Swain? I can actually go for Jana into Swain. I think that's exactly what I'll do.
Hear me, you are not alone.
Actually, never mind, I miscounted the amount of mana that would cost. Well, fortunately, the opponent decided that I needed to draw more cards, so now I can just do this.
In you, I see my will made manifest.
And I no longer have a terrible first turn,
The bite doesn't hurt.
courtesy of my poor decisions. Yeah, that's fine, just remove the weakest unit on board, I don't care. The fact that he is getting me to draw this many cards is kind of annoying. I am taking a lot of damage off of the buff caps. Let's just play out the Tidal Wave. Work at dealing more damage to the opponent in order to be able to summon a Swain. And immediately level him up.
I've brought my books. Hope that's all right.
I'm just going to keep passing. Next.
How exciting.
How did these things get so big? Ardent Sensor? Really? I guess I didn't see how many procs of Ardent Sensor the opponent got.
Storm unrelenting.
Well, anyway, I'm pretty sure we can clear the board here. Or at least I hope so.
Victory awaits.
Unfortunately, we don't get the cost reduction on Swain. But it's something that I'll have to live with. Yeah, this is fine.
A gentle breeze.
It stuns the opponent's units. Or the large ones at least. Which is a necessity. Then I'll do this to clear that unit. And deal another 6 to all the opponent's units. And I'll shuffle a
Let this
Tidal
draft
Wave into the
guide
deck,
your
sure.
hand.
Such little lies.
The more we play spells, the closer the opponent gets to death.
Plead for Noxus.
But I've already taken a bunch of damage from the buff caps as well. So I need to
A gentle
wrap things up quickly.
Such little lies.
Okay, that's all of the opponent's mana gone. Now all I have to do is deal with 2 15/15s. Which I can do. By playing the Elemental Dragon, I set up a kill with the Ravenous Flock,
Let this draft
and then I just have to attack and it's lethal. I was trying to avoid using the Death Sand because it would draw me a card.
thee out.
Normally it's the best card, one of the best cards in the deck. But in a situation like this where I have a bunch of landmines in my deck, perhaps it's better to refrain from playing card draw cards. Weapons of the Lost, Sigil of Malice, Obliterator. Honestly, Sigil of Malice is very tempting. It's just 2 to something, and it's not like it's that hard to proc the reputation effect. Ooh. Grifter's Deck, Death Sand, or Sigil of Malice. Even though I just said I don't really want to play a lot of Death Sands, I suppose this will have to do, because it's way too good to pass up in a normal run. That might just be the thing that wins us the game, because we would have access to an infinite amount of deal the X damage to the opponent's Nexus draw 1, which could potentially be very good, but maybe not in this situation. Let's not repeat the same mistake we did last time and just run out the Swain on the first as the first card we play and go from there. It would be very good if the opponent just played another unit after this one.
Merely pawns in a greater game. Victory awaits.
Even if he doesn't, I can still just remove the opponent's board with a Ravenous Flock. Let's just Ravenous Flock the opponent down. Refrain from using the Death Sand in order to draw more cards. Now you're responding with spells. Good decision. Parlay on my non-ephemeral unit figures. And it was a buffed up parlay as well. I took a bunch of damage there. But I might be able to close out the game this turn. Ooh, that's a lot of targets for this tidal wave. Ouch. I keep hitting mushrooms. I suppose it's a good thing that they're only 1 damage a pop. Or I only hit 1 buff cap the 2 times I drew a card. It could have been a lot worse.
I will break them.
If only the opponent played another unit there, I would have been able to just go for the Death Sand and close out the game. I had to subject myself to taking extra damage. How annoying. Right, the opponents have duplicate. I completely forgot about that part. Goes to show how relevant it's been.
Victory will remember us.
Let's see. Honestly, Whirling Death might be the best choice here. Even though it doesn't really deal damage. It deals damage because it has the Pyromantic Wake, but it's a strike spell, so it doesn't really deal damage. But I figure it's decent enough. Let's cut 2 bad cards from my deck. Yeah, this is one of the worst ones. Now we should be able to take on whatever the opponent throws at us. Trundle's scary. With this setup, Trundle's just going to win no matter what if the game goes past a couple of turns. It's normally like that with Trundle, though. We don't get Swain. That's extremely unfortunate. We need Swain on the first turn. Let's try to shuffle those back in, try to fish for Swain.
Going to war! Ready when you are. Always ready.
And now I have to updraft a card to draw one with the Mariam. But which one do I updraft? I'll updraft the Death Sand.
In you, I see my will made manifest.
Jana,
I get the Death Sand back, but not exactly what I wanted. I'll have to pass. And the opponent healed himself, so now I don't even deal bonus damage with spells. This might possibly have been the worst luck I could have had here. Let's pirouette like so. I'll try to get another spell.
Let this draft guide your hand.
Do
You shall
this
not
here.
assail them.
Let's updraft one to refill spell mana.
In you, I see my will made manifest.
Ouch.
your wind makes my burdens lighter.
I'm taking so much damage from the puff caps. I need to start hitting the opponent's nexus somehow. Well, I didn't kill Trundle, but at the very least I cleared the board. And that's a very big house spider. Really no attacks, or no plays.
You got a problem?
That's extremely weird from the opponent. I'm definitely throwing a sigil of malice at his face. Try to fish for something, Golden Sister, I guess.
To ease your burdens.
Double ramp. So he's going for a huge explosive turn next turn.
What once was two, now is one.
At the very least I'll heal up after this encounter. I guess I shouldn't have bragged so much about how good things were going for me. 6 to everything. At the very least that deals damage to the opponent. If I play out the house spider, I'll have blockers. Or enough blockers to block all of the opponent's units. I'll do just that. He doesn't have overwhelm, right? Yeah, no he doesn't. Lucky me. I'll just Halloween Gale down something. Try to fish for the... Actually no, let's Tidal Wave first. Yeah, Tidal Wave first was better. I'm trying to fish for Swain anyway. Ouch. Actually no, I have lethal. You can just either Howling Gale or Sigil of Malice. Well, let's Sigil of Malice. Never mind, everything was fine. I didn't even need Swain. I had everything under control. Definitely. Ooh. The heal was something I definitely needed there. Shadow Totem or Farsight Alteration? Let's pick up the Farsight Alteration. I don't want a repeat of this game. Overwhelm, Dragon's Rage, Early Bird. My weakest follower would be the Legion Saboteur. Unfortunately, they changed Shadow Totem, so it's no longer on summon. It's a play effect. Otherwise, I would be inclined to pick Early Bird. But as is, I'm just going to reroll. Quick draw, flexible game plan, all them off. Let's go for the quick draw. Might be worth it. Worst case scenario, it's a -1 cost on some cards I play. I think that's good enough. Especially in a deck that's based around playing so many spells per turn. Honestly, I'll keep this hand. Seems fine. I'll draw Swain naturally anyway. Ouch. Really? Right away? 3 damage. That's extremely unfortunate.
Noxus rise.
Jailbreak. You know what? That's better for me than it is for the opponent. The more units he summons, the more targets I have for my spells. Let's see if the opponent gets greedy and plays another unit. Of course he does. I made the correct decision. Now he just loses his entire board. And 1 card from his hand.
Empire above all.
Ouch. And he has no other plays. Nice. Can I close out the game next turn? I don't think so. We don't have enough spells for that.
I will break them.
Whirling Death can deal a considerable amount of damage to the opponent. We'll see if he has another attack or a unit that can attack. I guess not. In that case, let's do this. Shuffle cards back into the deck.
Cry, Janna.
Though I'm just going to draw more this turn anyway, so does it really matter that I'm shuffling cards into the deck? My idea was that by shuffling cards into the deck I reduce the density of cards with buff caps,
Surrender.
but I might be wrong.
Leave them nothing.
Sit back down.
This might not seem like it's enough, but it is enough. I have Sigil of Malice in hand.
Such little lies.
Play on. Close
The
your
opponent
eyes.
plays something else, but the game's already over.
A gentle breeze
Perfect.
to ease your burden.
I will break them. History will remember us.
Now, how close are we to the final boss? We're relatively close. Aurelion Sol might be scary. He does start with an Aurelion Sol on board, if I'm not mistaken. Do I want Hero Skull on the pirouette? Oh, normally yes, but I don't really want to draw more cards. I'm just going to have to leave. All of these are terrible. Blade's Edge is interesting. Getting up, not so much. I'll take a hold it. Stall out the opponent. Double damage, but cost 1 more. I'm pretty sure the double damage also applies to the Pyromantic Wake, so I'm going to buy 3 of these. All of a sudden we have a massive nuke to the opponent's Nexus if necessary. Let's toss the Whirling Death, keep everything else. Ooh. Blade's Edge. Now we get to test it out if I'm right about it or not. Let's see, let's play Swain first.
Courage, excuses for
We refill our spell mana. Let's updraft these 2 cards.
Fill your lungs and cry, Janna.
I can deal 4 here. Yeah, it deals 10 to the opponent's Nexus. I was right.
Let this draft guide
This
your
does work. It should. After all, the Swain's power improves the spell damage of the Pyromantic Wake.
We are at war.
It means the opponent's entire board on the first turn gets removed. And I'll go ahead and get a bunch of cards here in order to close out the game on the second turn. Not exactly what I wanted. Let's Tidal Wave. It did both of those, and it's a kill on both of them as well.
Such little life.
Unfortunately, I think I don't have anything that properly closes out the game here. I'll just set up for a kill next turn then.
Leave or Noxus.
Yeah, let's updraft for spell mana.
In you, I see my will made manifest.
Jana, your
Is this
wind makes
lethal?
my burdens
Yes, it
lighter.
is. It is. Lucky me.
Let this
I get
draft
to
guide your hand.
spend one last turn in this game.
Your faith in me has been rewarded.
And just like that, we're right there at the end. I'm definitely picking up a rally banner on the House Spider, even though our deck is not really focused on attacking that much. It's definitely relevant. And I'll definitely take the stat increase on Swain. Let's get the Whirling Death. I haven't cast it once this entire run. Now watch as I will need the Whirling Death in this fight, and I'll have none. Let's toss the Swain. I can get another one quite easily. I'm keeping the House Spider for the rally. And the Blade's Edge is great. Okay, at the very least the opponent's Aurelion Sol starts stunned.
By my hand,
That's a plus.
Noxus rise.
And he spends the first turn just using a Moondreamer. I couldn't have asked for a better first turn, I think. I can go Double Blade's Edge, remove those two. Yeah, that seems like the play. We'll do this.
And I answered.
We'll Double Blade's Edge. Clear both the opponent's units. Deal 20 to the opponent's face.
Empire above all.
Level up Swain in the process.
I will break them. Bleed for Noxus. Witness strength.
The opponent's close to leveling up Aurelion Sol, but not quite. And he's going to die next turn anyway.
The constellations bow to
Never mind, I was wrong. It works on the champion he summons at the round end.
Storm unrelenting.
Ah, it's fine. I'll kill Swain anyway. Or Aurelion Sol anyway. And I have a backup Swain. That normally would have been a scary board. However, I can just do this, and everything goes away.
Let this draft guide your hand.
Oh right, the refuel from the... what's it called? Living Legends. Well, I'll have the
Weary pawns
Ravenous Flock as a board clear as well, as a follow-up. So I'm fine. The opponent, on the other hand, is not that fine. Let's just shuffle this Swain back into the deck.
Your burden.
Ensure the amount of cards without a buff cap is greater than the amount of cards with a buff cap.
such little lives.
The Zephyr heralds the squall.
I'm attacking first. The opponent has Cataclysm, which means he will get to decide if he wants to attack here or not. And I don't want him to get that choice. in response to
Let
something
this
I do.
draft gu-
After the battle, the ravens.
Actually, I could have gone for Death Send into there. Damn it, I just prolonged the game by 1 turn. Rookie mistake.
Such little love.
It will be alright. I mean, what are the odds of me just drawing the 54 puff caps in a row? Well, quite small, I'd say. Let's just pick up the Sigil of Malice just in case.
Your burdens.
Really, you're silencing the 1-1 with no
Merely
effects
pawns in a greater game.
The Zephyr
for
heralds
opponent.
the fall.
And just like that, I won. Yeah, I figured Swain is just broken and is the reason I won. No way I could have made it this far without being able to just constantly remove everything the opponent plays while at the same time dealing 20 plus damage per turn to his Nexus. But I can definitely see why it would be challenging. So yeah, that will be it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Till then.